I forgot me lead. That's better. Now I can see. Let's just wiggle the camera around. So apologies for the hand. It's a bit different doing it all on your own. There we go. I think that's all right. I've even got my glasses on tonight. Look. Now it's going to be a bit of a weird one because my camera's up here and you lot are down there. So you're going to see me doing this a lot. So I thought I'd come on tonight. Obviously, there's going to be hopefully a few more people joining. So I'll try and take it a little bit slowly to start off with and try and explain what I'm trying to do here. First of all, thank you all for joining, honestly. Thank you all for supporting us as you've done for a long time now. But I just wanted to kind of have a little chat with you, partly on this channel, on Hannah the Narrowboat, because when I tried to do this on the other channel, when I went in there for the live stream, it said I had to wait 24 hours. And that kind of got me thinking, thought, well, you know what? I shouldn't even be doing it on that channel to start off with. I should be actually doing the right thing and reassuring people on Hannah the Narrowboat that things aren't going to change that much apart from splitting the thing. So I know when we started our Hannah the Narrowboat vlog, and I'm repeating some of the stuff I said earlier here, by the way, I understand that a lot of people joined us before all this COVID bollocks started. Now, you're never going to stop me saying that I don't like what's going on and that I don't trust what's going on. That's just me. I can't change that. But as I said earlier, I think perhaps Hannah the Narrowboat's channel is wrong, the wrong place to do a 10-15 minute irritated rant. Probably not the right place because it is a narrowboat vlog when all said and done. So, but conversely, I didn't want another channel that I go over to and just have to get up every day thinking, what am I going to rant about? So that's where I kind of am. We started that other channel, living it. Well, it wasn't living in a ditch. It was, what's it called? I can't bloody remember what it's called. It's all too much by, which only people like you lot understand what I'm talking about when I say that. I set that up and then I did a couple of videos on there. And the last one I did where I was doing my initial reaction to Boris and his mandates. At the time, I thought that's how I felt. But then I listened to it back, and I'm being honest here, I watched it back, and I thought, you know what, Paul? You haven't done yourself any favours there. That's not really the way to put it across. There was too many F-bombs. Yes, it was the way I felt at the time, but it wasn't measured. But on the other hand, I kind of look at it and think, well, I also don't want to be restricted. I hope you understand what I mean by that. So this is why a new channel. So basically what's going to happen from here is all you lot on Hannah the Narrowboat who like the vlogs just for a nice narrowboat vlog as such, pretty much like all the others, we stay as that. I won't stop speaking out, but I won't go into massive rants. Okay, so that's what this other channel is for. So we, like, as I say, we try and split it. So we do one a week on each. It's like I said, I've said this already on the video, so if you haven't seen that, this is why I'm reiterating. And what I'm really asking for tonight is what you actually think. Do you think it's the right thing to do? I know the hardcore supporters of our channel here, the ones that comment I'm talking about, the ones who take the time to converse with us, seem to enjoy what we do. And a lot of them like the rants that we do. Perhaps I go over the top a little bit. I don't want to be a shock jock, don't get me wrong. But then I also understand there's a lot here that don't like that, and it's a turn off. Now, I see things you guys don't see with all the stats and everything. Now, if I stop ranting, our subscription goes, and then I start ranting, it goes back up. When I do a proper rant, it goes up and then goes back down again. So we sit at the same place all the time. And I want to assure you guys that the subscriber count is not important to me. It's never been, for me, this channel has never been about trying to make money out of you guys. It really hasn't. That's genuine. Yes, it's lovely to have people supporting us. It's fantastic you show your appreciation for the work we put in. And there is a lot of work that goes into it. But that's not what we set it up. Now, on the other hand, I don't want to say I don't care about the subscribers, because of course I bloody well do. I care about what you guys think. But that's Hannah the Narrowboat. Now, for me to get my camera therapy, I need to do something else, but not subject the people that don't like it to that thing. Do you understand? I'm going to have a quick read through the comments here, because as I say, it's a bit difficult because Lee's not here. She's a little bit poorly. I think she's probably got a bad migraine. She's not really had migraines before. So she's lying in bed. I've told her just to stay in the dark, because that's what helps me when I have them. And she knows what's going on, so she's not going to walk out naked, unfortunately. Hey, anyway, first of all, before I read the comments, isn't it dilly time? I know this is going to go into chaos eventually, but let's have a little read of the comments. So as it was, right, there's a lot of you guys, as it was is one of them, who keep us sane. I'm not quite sure you understand that the comments, and I know a lot of it is supporting the way I think, but you help. You do help. We may, some of you say to us, we're helping you, but believe me, you're helping us more, certainly me more. So I just need that to be said. I'm going to have a quick look through the comments. Yeah, as it was, blimey, Paul, you've got a bee in your bonnet today. I can hardly keep up. Hey, mate, I've always got a bee in my bonnet. I just try and keep my mouth shut sometimes. But then sometimes it just comes out and I can't help it. Hence doing the 2 channels. Leslie, we love you. And yeah, I don't trust anyone anymore. Well, no, I trust you lot, but I don't trust anyone in authority, to be fair. Lynn and Victor. My God, 6 a.m. over there. Or yeah, around 6 a.m. I tell you what, you're hardcore. I tell you, I couldn't be doing that. Yeah, as it was, yeah. I'm just going through them. I'm sorry, this will be like a bit all over the place because I'm no good at this. Lee does all this reading nonsense. So yeah, Lee is in bed. As I said, she's got a bit of a migraine, I think. Let's have a look. Moa Racing, bloody hell, a live stream at 8 o'clock in the morning. Great. Well, hey, yeah, you're in New Zealand, aren't you? I think. I try and keep up, Floating freedom. Let me out this to you all. In the last few months, what you have seen is the implementation of camps for the unjabbed. You've seen Australia segregated, orchestrated. Yeah, I get what you mean, but for tonight, this isn't the place for that. This is just me trying to not have a rant, because you're going to wind me up, and you know you are. I know, Derek, you bugger. So I'm going to try not to. This is the whole point. I do see what's going on, and again, this is why we do a separate channel for it. But it's not just, it can't just be a ranty channel. I have a bloody heart attack, I'll tell you. Let's have a little look. Yeah, Leslie again, as a hardcore supporter, I appreciate the life on the narrowboat side of things and the rants. And I support the new channel too. I know you all, Leslie, because you're a lovely person. And I need to see more photos from up there in Oban. It's such a lovely place. And I'm so jealous that you've got a quad. I used to bop around on the quad, and it's just the best thing ever, isn't it? It's just awesome. So where are we? Web Pig John. Yeah, I like the huge comment as well, fella. Yeah, and I think we'll have a good time on the other channel. But as I say, I don't want to take anything away from Hannah the Narrowboat. I need to reiterate that. The Hannah the Narrowboat will still be Hannah the Narrowboat, but not with the big rants. And I think that's what people have kind of want. I hope I'm right in that. I'd like to know what you think. Where are we? Yeah, floating freedom, Dales. Of course, I'm going to keep telling the truth. There's no, you can't stop me saying what I think. But sometimes there's a time and a place. I guess that's what I've learned over the last few months. Controversial Christian. Sorry, I'm just reading these. Please bear with me. Yeah, I can see a lot of you are quite angry with what's going on. Nice to see you here as well, Gary Captain Phillips. Yeah, I'm always happy, mate. I'll try and keep me vlogs happy, but I think sometimes things get to all of us, doesn't it? And my problem is, and with all due respect to everyone else who does vlogs, and this is no way in being derogative to anyone, is I can't bear virtue signaling. I can't bear seeing people normalizing masks and all that sort of stuff. Now, I understand that some people, a lot of you, probably the vast majority of people, will go along with all of this. And that is your choice. And that's what I keep trying to say, is I don't expect anyone to just blindly agree with me. But I do expect people to be critical thinkers and look outside what choice. But I just don't want people coming at me saying, well, you're an anti-vax. Anti-vax is the most lazy statement, the laziest label I hear people say. I am not anti-vax whatsoever. I've had my normal jabs and everything. Perhaps I'm getting more anti-establishment, but I just think there's something not right. So therefore, I choose, me, not you, I choose not to go down that path at this point. Now, if in 2 years' time, all this goes away and these jabs seem to be okay and there's no ulterior motive anywhere, then perhaps my mind changes. I'm open to having my mind changed. But right now, I've listened to what the mainstream media have said. So people can't say I live in an echo chamber because I've listened to all that. But I've also listened to the alternative side of it, and I've made my own decision about that. And I think that's kind of fair enough, isn't it? So, as I say, I'm not expecting anyone just to blindly agree. And that's what makes the world go round, you know, is that we can have a discussion about it. And I just feel right now on Hannah the Narrowboat, we can't freely have that discussion. So this is why we do something else. So, but the other channel will still be a vlog, and it won't just be me going off on one, because I can't do that. So it will just be Hannah the Narrowboat uncensored, or like BBC One, this will be BBC Two. So we see how that goes. And, you know, I think we were overstretching ourselves. We're doing 2 vlogs a week, and maybe I would then had too much to say. So again, maybe doing the 2 separate things is the right way to go. Only time will tell. And it's only your support that will help that come to fruition. And it's on the other channel, it's also, if you can share all that, when you have other people that are feeling distressed about everything that's going on, perhaps you can point them to that vlog and see that there's people thinking that same thing. Again, not an echo chamber, but also be expected to be challenged. I expect to be challenged. So long as everything's as polite as it can be and not just nastiness, I'm all for that. And this is why on Hannah the Narrowboat, we chose MeWe. You know the story of me choosing MeWe instead of Facebook. Facebook was restricting what I could say, and it's also restricting what other people could say. We were getting banned for saying innocuous things just because they're against the narrative. And I found that to be very, well, very, very wrong, to be honest. So although I don't want a MeWe group that's going to just be loads of right-wing nutters or loads of left-wing nutters, whichever way you want to look at it, I want it to be polite. I want it to be where people can feel free to express themselves in whichever way they want. I want people to feel free that they can challenge me, and I want them to understand that I will also challenge back. And that's the way I think life should work. We honestly don't all have to agree on everything. And I think with Hannah the Narrowboat, it went a little bit wayward because I'm so passionate about this and so upset and so annoyed that I have to say what I think. But as I say, you know, I think this will work. I would like to know what you think. Do you think that will work if we split this? I'm not saying that Hannah the Narrowboat's going to go here and no more vlogs. That's just going to carry on as it is, just 1 vlog a week. So I can't see how people would be upset about it. I think am I right? Let's have a little read of the. I'm going to have a proper read of these comments afterwards, obviously, because doing this live stream and trying to read at the same time, just me here, is quite difficult, and I feel embarrassed looking down at the screen all the time. Yeah, I'm going to apologise to my mum if she's watching, because I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I don't normally do. I'm a little bit stressed, and I will be vaping and I will be having a beer. So apologies to anyone who don't like me going. Hope you've all got a beer anyway. Let's have a little look. I've seen you, Lynn and Victor, you've subscribed to the other one, and I think we're up to about 75, 76 already on there. So getting to the 100 will be good, because then, as I say, we can have a proper YouTube channel URL. So it'll be YouTube, blah, 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 living in a ditch, rather than YouTube, the YZXYZ 9804086, which is the address at the moment, which is hard to share with people. So we have got the domain and everything for living in a ditch, because we did this other project before. So we can try and open up a whole community. And I say already the MeWe group is there. I think the description, or the MeWe group, and well, the MeWe group might not be, but I know the YouTube channel is in the description below. So go across and make sure you subscribe to that, unless you don't like What would I say? Again, trying to be polite here. I'm trying to be a good boy. If you're of an open mind and a critical thinker, I think you'll enjoy the channel. If you're a little bit sensitive and a bit tense about everything that's going on, I would say perhaps watch one or two before you subscribe, or just don't go there. But as I say, it's not going to be a full-on rant channel. It just isn't. That's not me. So yeah, Lynn and Victor, again, I feel really bad for what's going on in Australia, and what upsets me more actually is that a lot of people aren't seeing it. Then they don't even know it happened. I'm talking about the Northern Territory camps. Now I can't verify whether this is all true or not. Obviously, I'm in the same boat as you guys, but from what I'm hearing, and I've heard videos of some of the Aboriginal people talking, that they've been basically carted away in army vans and put into, I won't call them concentration camps because that would be me being a gobshite again. Well, they're calling them what are they? Quarantine camps. To me, that's much the same thing. And well, you know, I have no reason to disbelieve this. I can't believe the press doesn't show the millions around the world protesting about all of this. This is why I find it strange, and this is perhaps why I feel that I have to talk about it, because I see these things. I see lots of live stuff from Ruptley, Subject Access, and people like that who were there on the scene and videoing it all, and you can't dispute that. So, you know, it's where it's difficult. I'll have a little read. Sometimes you do make me laugh, Gary Phillips. It's a good analogy, fella. Yes, as I say, I'm sorry that I'm looking down here. Yeah, Leslie, I will give the split a try. I'm actually going to go full off on it. I'm going to go absolutely full on to it for a few weeks, and I'm going to persist with it because I'm all too aware that it's very hard to get people to come over and join a new channel, regardless of what the subject matter is, because you're a voice alone, you're barking at the moon, but you can only just continue doing it. Then suddenly, hopefully it does that. But if it's backed up by the MeWe group, backed up by Twitter accounts, backed up by our website, and where people can come and get involved, then I think you get a community going, and then I think that's how it can work, because part of it's for me, but it's also for you. That's what I'm trying to say. I want it to be a community. I don't want it to be just me going off at one. I want you to be going off at me, respectfully, of course, and just see where that takes us. We just need to be able to speak what we think. That's where I am with all this. Fabulibaz? Whilst I don't agree with all your views, I don't have a problem with you voicing your standpoint and choices, freedom of speech and all that. And I enjoy a bloody good rant. I love your vlogs. Thank you so much for that. And I think you're epitomising what I'm trying to say. I'm not asking everyone to agree with what I say. Hey, my mum's here. I better not vape anymore. I've only had one. Well, I haven't even had a puff, have I yet? Yeah, I'm worried either way. I am and worried either way. I know it's a difficult situation. Avi Yemeni, yeah, Avi. I watch him quite a lot, or I used to watch him quite a lot. And I can't. He's good. I mean, he's getting really stifled over in Australia, isn't he? He's not really being allowed to. He's not even being looked upon as a journalist because he has the wrong opinion. And again, that's worrying. Hello, Sarah. Hope you're all right. I hope you got my mail. Well, you did get my text message back. You do what you have to do, my sweetheart. Honestly, don't be worrying about what others think. Let's have a look. Anything else being said? Chang Murray. Hi, Paul. You only have one life. You shouldn't need two channels to get that across. You never came across as politically correct type guy. Please don't try splitting your life to be a crowd pleaser. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to be a crowd pleaser. This is why I'm saying that on Hannah the Narrowboat, I will still have the odd little dig or say what I think, but I just won't go into a long rant about it. Whereas the other channel, I'm looking to get a different community. I'm looking to get people to be able to say what they think. And I think a lot of people need that at the moment. And I'm not being virtuous or anything like that. I just believe that people need a place to go where they can feel safe in going against the narrative. And yes, they may well be challenged, but if there's any nastiness there, I call it like that. I won't stand for any of that. Now, a lot of you don't see, again, I'm going back to this thing, you don't see some of the shit I get on Hannah the Narrowboat. We get a lot of PMs, not just on the channel, but we get quite a lot of abuse, believe it or not. Well, I do, not Lee. I get abuse. And I'm quite thick-skinned. I'm Teflon, as they say. You know, nothing really bothers me too much on that regard, because I know that most people who give it some of that and tell me they want me dead and things like that, they're sitting there in mummy's bedroom, probably with their cocks out. Sorry, mum, but you know the kind of people. So they don't bother me. But perhaps this is why we do a different thing, because sometimes some of those comments may get onto our YouTube channel and distress some of you. So I have to make sure it's cold. And this is why some of your comments, some of you say, oh, my comment didn't come through on YouTube. It's because the algorithm that's set up, I've got it banning certain words, so that if someone says something terrible, you know, really abhorrent, it won't get onto the channel unless I approve it. So sometimes I forget that that we've got this thing that's held for review. So apologies if you have done you know, you're just talking normally and somehow that's caught you out, and I've not seen it. So I do try hard to make sure that these all the comments get through. Hello, Anfield Road layout in the loft. I watched a couple of your videos. You didn't half like making things, didn't you? It's quite fascinating. If you don't know, if you haven't seen his channel, go and have a little look. Been in London all day, driving job, John Wood. All right, how are you doing, John? Hope you're all right, fella. What else have we got? As it was, yeah, you watch Subject Access and Rupley. Yeah, I agree. You do have to ration it, because if you watch all these channels, sometimes it will just drive you crazy. And again, this is why I'm saying I can't do a full-on rant channel. It's just not me. I don't think it's healthy. Like I say, I can't be an Alex Belfield or a Andy the Gabby Cabby or any of these kind of people, because I can't get up in the morning. The first thing I do is look through the news to find something to rant about. I just have to say what I feel at the time. And by doing this separate channel, I can do that and actually just put it up as a separate video. And because everyone going on there will understand what that channel is, they shouldn't have any problem with that. And if they come later and don't know what it's about, well, you know, I've spelled it out what it's about. I'll say what I think. It will still be a laugh. It will still be me and Lee being gobshites. Hector the Mighty Hound will obviously still be in it, but it will give us a little bit more freedom to do other things, maybe some more cinematic films, and a few bits and bobs. You know, I can't remember who it was. I think it was on this channel. One of the comments was, don't restrict yourself to what you're going to put on that channel. And yeah, I agree. It doesn't have to just be a narrowboat vlog, but it will primarily be a similar thing to Hannah the Narrowboat. As I say, Hannah the Narrowboat 2 or Hannah the Narrowboat uncut or uncensored. But to try and still keep it light-hearted as I can, but allow myself to not think that I'm upsetting you. That's probably epitomises what I'm trying to do here. Alan Glass, how you doing, fella? Long-term follow here. Whatever you do is good with me. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't subscribe. How's the Mighty Hound? And how did he get his name? Hector. Well, it's a funny old thing, you know. Part of this goes back to probably to my Uncle Andy, actually. And us when we used to live, well, I used to live in Flitwick. And if you couldn't remember someone's name, you say, fucking Hector. Sorry, Mum, I swore. But that fucking Hector down the road there. And it kind of stemmed from that. And then I think it was Lee's sister who had a next door neighbour called Hector. And I've always wanted to call birds and all that, or whatever pet we've had, Hector. And I've kind of met resistance from the children and Lee. And then I got my way this time. And I'll tell you what, he is a Hector, isn't he? He's Hector's house. This is Hector's house. So yeah, that's kind of how Hector come along. And he is very, very mighty. I don't know how the mighty bit come. I think I just started singing Hector the Mighty Hound and his mighty penis of doom. I don't even know where the penis of doom came from either, but it'd be a great cartoon, wouldn't it? Be wanging it around, hitting villains with it. We could do a cartoon with that. There's another channel, I tell you. I need a more powerful computer to be able to do the animation. Thank you, Leslie, for subscribing to Living in a Ditch. John, what I would say, it's under a third of people wearing masks. I walked into Victoria Rail Station. Oh, yeah, and didn't get approached not wearing a mask. I heard from Derek earlier. He went out. I think he was in Chester, and he said it was about 20% not wearing masks. I went to collect our post at the manor, and the only people wearing masks that I saw were the staff in the shop, and even then they were around their chins. I'm not sure what the compliance will be, and as I say, it's up to you what you do as an individual choice. I'm not, obviously, personally, I don't agree with them. I see them as inhumane. I'm a very visual person. Well, I'm a bloody artist. I need to see your face. But it's not, the face mask isn't the major thing. I just see that as a sign of compliance. But that's just me. It's everything else that goes around it that winds me up, that I don't like. And I know many people on the edge. There's many people waking up to this. I'm absolutely certain of it. Well, that sounds condescending. I don't mean waking up to it. I think there's many people now who know there's something wrong and are now starting to actually do their own research on it, and doing the same things I've done, gone down a rabbit hole and think, oh my good God, what is going on? As I say, you see what's going on in Australia, Austria, Germany. I mean, in Germany, they've all been wearing these N95 masks. That was what was mandated, not these cotton nonsense rubbish, but surgical masks, and yet they've got more infection rate than us. And I still maintain, I'm not denying that this thing exists, but I see it as a man-made manipulated flu that is not much worse than the flu. All you have to do is go to ONS figures. Don't look at coronavirus deaths, look at deaths. And then you'll see the last 20 years, it's pretty much average. And if you then adjusted that for population increase in the UK, which has been massive over the last 10 years, you'll see that nothing much has changed. And that worries me, the narrative that's going on. People saying 150k have died. Well, maybe they did, but they would have died anyway. They would have been in the figures anyway, or most of them. You know, like I say, I'm not trying to be flippant about this. I'm just saying what I see on official news. And even the ONS has now been accused of falsifying figures to make them look worse. I can't remember, it was some National Health Institute or something has got them to retract the statement that they were saying something like people that have been vaxxed are 50% less likely to catch it, and that's not the fact, and that's a proven not the fact. So they had to rescind that, and it worries me that what our national statistics are supposed to be, which is supposed to be an open information website, now seems to be trying to manipulate things as well. And I just find, whether you agree with me or not, you must admit that when you can see figures are being manipulated to create a certain narrative, that can't be right, regardless of which side of the fence you're on. I wouldn't want the figures to be skewed in my way either. All I've ever wanted in life, and through governments and all this sort of thing, is for people just to say it as it is. We're adults, we can deal with it. And I think that's what most people want. I mean, I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm not Labour, I'm not Conservative, I'm not Liberal, I'm apolitical, as they say. I'm one of these gobshites who'll read every bloody manifesto and make a decision that way. And I would say, I'll be honest with you, I voted Labour in the 90s because I thought the Iraq war was the correct thing. And I was so wrong. So wrong. But I thought Tony Blair had something about him. But it was all spin, wasn't it? And him and his Campbell mate, I've obviously voted Conservative. That's probably where my heart is. I would say I'm a libertarian Conservative. I believe a country should live within its means. I think they should help people that need it, but they should be helping their own first. I think they should be protecting the residents of the country before anyone else. But we haven't got a Conservative Party in the UK anymore. We've got a liberal. It's a socialist Green Party, the way I see it. That's how I read it. So I don't know who I could vote for next. I was a UKIP member, and before you all shout racist, this was all about immigration. I did vote Brexit. I believe that's still the correct decision. What I do next, I don't think this. Well, let's be honest. If I vote someone like the Reclaim Party, they're not going to get in, are they? UKIP had 4 million votes and got 1 MP. and SNP had under 2 million votes and got 50 plus MPs. Do you see that? So obviously you're going to lose faith in politics and politicians when you understand what's going on. And I don't expect everyone to be as square as I am and go looking at all these things. But I try not to tell porkies. I say things as I see it. And sometimes I will get it wrong, obviously. Anyway, back to the comments. Sarah, one of her friend's sons, is called Hector. And is he a mighty hound, I say? A mighty person. Yeah, and Sarah, I know, I get it. You're upset, not by me, but by the whole situation. I think that's where we all are, aren't we? Dave Gardner, love your vlogs. I get your disdain for wearing masks, but please don't deny yourself for medical care because they are compliant. I understand. For me, I'm a fat ass bloke, opinionated old sod, and I will stand by my principles, unfortunately. But as I said in my last vlog, if Lee was ill or my mum was ill and they have to wear a face mask to go in there, I would say, well, wear that mask. Yes, maybe you're being coerced to do so. It may be against your will, but I'd rather see you well and not suffering. And that goes for anyone. But as for myself, I'll make my decision on that. And I have made my decision. I know there's a few that are like me. And it's not being bullish. It's not being petulant. It's standing up for what you actually believe is right. And I kind of just wish a few more people would do that. But each to their own, you know, each to their own. Yeah, Floating Freedom, don't vote, encourage them. The thing is, if you don't vote, we get the same old thing again. For me, what I would probably do, well, mind you, they won't even let me register now because I live on a boat. We're having problems trying to register to vote. But if I was to vote again, it'd probably be spoiling the ballot, because when you spoil a ballot, they have to be counted. If you don't vote, they're not counted. So at least you send a tiny message of your disdain. Hello, Paul's mum. Good kid you have here. I hope you're listening, even though I'm a bugger and I drink and I vape. I haven't vaped yet because my mum's on here. I'm only joking. I need a wee soon, so I might have to go soon. Hi, Chocky Sprinkles. You can look back on this, my love. So you can just read it all afterwards. As I say, I'm going to have a good old read of the comments afterwards because I'm finding it a little bit difficult. I need Lee. I need me partner in crime. And Hector can't bloody read, so he's next to useless, isn't he? It's too hot for him. He's buggered off down the middle of the boat. Well, I think we've kind of covered what I wanted to say. And I kind of hope you understand what's going on. I hope you're reassured that Hannah the Narrowboat will just be Hannah the Narrowboat, and the other channel is a supplement. And I hope loads of you come and join that one, and feel free to call me out. Feel free to join the MeWe group and have a good old laugh on there, because it's all about having a bit of fun and feeling free to express yourself, as I say. And that's all I ever want. Yeah, I agree, Qbot. And, you know, it's hard because I'm trying to stay non-political on this particular live stream. But you are right. When people find out what the government has really been up to, their blood pressure is really going to go up. And yeah, unfortunately, that's what I believe. Bring in Lee. She's in bed with a migraine. If she comes out, she'll be, well, I've told her not to because she'll probably be naked. Now you really want her out, don't you? I'll tell you. Anyway, has anyone got, before I go, I'll just say, has anyone got any questions I'd like to ask? I'll sit here and read the comments for a couple of minutes and see if I can answer anyone or reassure anyone what's going on. Chocky Sprinkles. Oh, I know you are. Oh, good on you. Good on you, Chocky Sprinkles. Chocky Sprinkles is Andrea, by the way, the nutty one that did a live stream with us. The one who gets very drunk. That was a laugh. That's another thing, actually, I'd like to add, because there's certain people here. We've got quite a nice little community here, but a lot of them are the same thinking as me and wouldn't come on Hannah the Narrowboat's live streams because they don't want to upset anyone. But with a separate live stream where they can say what they want, within reason, don't get me wrong, where they feel they're not going to upset anyone and where they know people have joined that channel for this, they'd probably be more inclined to come on. Well, I'm sure, Elliot, if you're listening, fella, if you ain't, I'll have a word with you in the morning. I think him and Fiona might come on. I'm sure Sue will probably stay on the Hannah the Narrowboat because we do want to follow this thing with the herbal remedies and that. We do want to do some features. I say there's some exciting things coming for Hannah the Narrowboat as well. So don't worry too much about that. And but also, you know, again, I'll reiterate, don't think that the living in the ditch one is going to be some sort of mental ranty channel. It's just going to be more free, I suppose, more free to say and do as we all feel we should. Alan, are you in Ireland? Are you? See, I know we had a vote here on proportional representation once, and it failed. It didn't go through. And I've always had the thought, well, the query I've always had with elections is why when we have a general election, why does that go hand in hand with voting for your local representatives? I've always found that wrong, because obviously somewhere like Luton, where we lived, was strong Labour. So that would always be a Labour seat. But why can't it be like a referendum, like we had the Brexit thing? Why can't that be a referendum? One man, one vote, okay? Count all the votes up, forget all these regions, count the votes up. Whoever got the most votes, they win. It's as simple as that. And then do your councils as a separate election. So I mean, am I wrong? Am I missing something here? Because I've always thought that would seem fairer to me. Because all these wards and them changing the boundaries and that, come on. We know what that's all about. Love a genuine question. How would we cope without alcohol? Alcohol? You notice I haven't actually been drinking much tonight. No wonder sales have gone ballistic. Yeah, they have. But unfortunately, the pubs are dying, aren't they? And that's a shame. I have always seen pubs, especially more in later life. I've seen pubs almost like Parliament, where you go in and you chat with people, especially nice proper village pubs, or, you know, not your sports bars and that. Talk about your normal run-of-the-mill British pub. You may not know half the people in there, but quite often you'd have a conversation with people and you'd put the worlds to rights. You would give your opinion. It'd be shunned or liked, whatever. And as I say, it was like a Parliament. And them taking this away, I do wonder whether they've taken that away on purpose, because they were the first people that had been attacked. First, we had the smoking ban that absolutely fucked it up altogether. And what I remember that, because I'd given up smoking. I'd given up smoking at that point. And I remember what happened. If you weren't a smoker, you'd be the only one sitting back in the pub while all the others had gone out for a fag. It became ridiculous, because a lot of people who go to the pub were smoking as well at that time. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but that's the way it used to be. I remember a pub up near where we used to live, the Wigmore. It used to get really heavy with smoking there, and even I was uncomfortable. So I always thought that the way to solve that was to have very good extraction systems in there. And you go down the White House pub in Luton Town Centre, which was a modern pub and big, and you would never know anyone was smoking in there. You couldn't hardly even smell smoke, because that's such a good extraction system. And I think that was kind of the way it should have always been, a choice for the pubs, and that killed pubs. I remember I used to be dirt biking a lot of the time. We used to go at village pubs halfway through our riding, and I remember we used to go to a place in Bendish. My dad used to go there, actually, the Bull in Bendish, and we'd often get chatting to the old blokes in there, you know, in their 70s, 80s. They'd be sitting there with their pipes or a cigar and having a pint and reading their newspaper. And this would be all the, you know, pretty much every time we went in. And they were that pub's mainstay. They'd be in there 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe have 4 or 5 pints, and probably buy their cigars from behind the bar and keep that pub afloat. And of course, they had nowhere to go. And I do, you know, like I say, I'm not saying that smoking's a good thing, but I do feel sorry for that generation that were doing that, because then they were lost. They had nowhere to go. They can't sit out in the cold smoking, can they, and having a beer? So a shame. The smoking huts, yes, you're right. To be honest with you, I used to go outside with them half the time. Obviously, I was vaping anyway, but a lot of pubs let you vape inside. But yeah, I'd end up going outside anyway, because that is where the fun was. You know, you used to have a good laugh at that. But like I say, you know, you get people sitting in the pub on their own, Billy No mates, while all their mates were outside. I just found it bizarre. Found it very bizarre. Anyway, as I say, I'm going to have a little read through these comments, digest things. Come over and join the new channel if it's your thing. Join the MeWe group. You can find that. That's on Hannah the Narrowboat's MeWe group anyway. But I shall push that. I shall try and actively push the new channel as well as trying to do some new stuff for Hannah the Narrowboat. And we just see how things go. So yeah, so that's about it, everyone. As I say, I'll read through it and get back to you all soon. And thank you all for joining. I know it hasn't been a massive live stream. I know it was a last minute thing, but I've got an indication of what people are thinking, and that's helped me. So thank you all. And I shall see you all soon in the next one. There won't be a vlog on Hannah the Narrowboat this coming Saturday. So I'm taking a little break just to sort some things out. There might be something happen, but there won't be the normal vlog. There may be a couple of things, reiterations of what's going on, and try and keep you informed of where we're going with everything on either of the channels. So we'll just see what happens. I say love you all, and thank you so much for joining tonight. And love you, dilly dilly, in it.